I wanted to do another video for Pride Month. Now that it's June, it's Pride Month, and I wanted to show my solidarity and support for the LGBTQIA plus community. And since I'm going to a baseball game tonight in San Francisco and it's Pride night, then I thought I would do my nails. What better way to show your pride than on your nails, especially with Color Street. So I'm going to do a set. My plan is to do a set of nails, a rainbow across all of my fingers. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, across all 10 nails with a couple of accents. So Color Street really hasn't done any rainbow sets, rainbow nails. They've done a couple of sets with rainbow themes. So I think I'm going to start there first. Let's start there. I'm going to grab the accent nails first, and then I can fill in the other fingers with the rainbow colors. So for accents, they have done a couple of rainbows. So this is one of the sets. I have used this before, so that's why it's not quite set up correctly. But this is called Clover Takeover, and you'll find if you want to do something like this for Pride or maybe for your favorite sports team or whatever else, dig through your sets, see what you've got, look online, see what is available. There's a lot of ways to show your affiliation without, specifically buying something that says Pride on it. So this set does have a rainbow in it. It has two rainbow nails. So this is obviously a St. Patrick's Day release that they did. So I did kind of save these because I figured, these are rainbows. I can use these for Pride. So I am going to use these, and these will probably be my middle fingers. I think that's the nail that fits. But they have done some other sets that you could use for accents. So one of them is this set. It's called Unstoppable. It was one of the awareness shades that they did. There is a rainbow here. There's little rainbow hearts, of course, the ribbons. But so you could use something like this. This one is not currently available, but you should be able to find it on eBay. I don't know if this one is still available. It was recently. This is called Broadway Glimmer. It's a black shade, but it has like every color of glitter in it. So that could be a good one for an accent. Another one, they did a petite a little while ago. This is called Jigs Up. And there are little rainbows in here, so you might be able to do like a French tip or something with these little tiny rainbows. There's a couple in here. They're really, really, really cute. The one thing about this, I do buy a lot of sets on eBay that are retired, and you have to be careful, when you're on there. You want to make sure that what you see, what you're paying is a good price. I would always do your homework and see what the completed auctions show for those sets, so you can find a lot of really great old things, but some of them are very, very expensive depending on how old they are. So just buyer beware. Make sure you do a little homework to see what the completed auctions will show for what you want to get. But you should be able to still find this one, these two St. Patrick's Day releases on eBay pretty easily. One, it may still be out right now, or no, sorry, I don't remember. This is called Inner Strength. And this is kind of another, it was another awareness shade, and it has kind of a rainbow-ish-y design. Totally could work. Totally could work. Another one, Paint the Town. I believe this one is still available currently. And so you can pick that up. It's got quite a bit of color in it. There was an Easter one that's retiring, or maybe has just retired. Eggs-travaganza. So, and all of these I will put in the notes of this video. I will make sure that I put all the names of all the sets so you can know what you're looking for. And the ones that I will be using, and the ones that may also be good choices, good second choices. So I am going to do these rainbows, and then I want to do another set. So again, look through your sets. It might be a holiday set that will work. This is another holiday set. This is one of the Valentine's releases, and I want to use the love. So upside down really, but it says love. And there's little hearts. The little heart would work really well too. This is called Love Letter. This was last Valentine's Day, I believe this came out. You can definitely still find this one on eBay. And I'm going to cover it with a little bit of one of the ombre glitters. This is Cannes-Fetti. And pink peppercorn, which is kind of the same mix of glitters, would also work. So I'm going to do one nail with love and the overlay. One or two nails with the rainbows, and then the rest will be solid colors. So these are the sets I'm going to use. I'm going to set those up here. I'll quickly run through the other sets that I'm going to use and show you what I'm picking out, and then I will start laying out the different nails so we know what goes on what. So I just grabbed everything out of my stash. Nice big group, but I just wanted to share some of the names of some of these. You might have these in your stash. You might already have a couple of these or several of these, and you might be able to find the rest. So this is Beijing Beauty. It is out right now. It's a really nice solid red, but it is a flat cream, and I'm gonna glitter this up. It's Pride, so I'm gonna glitter everything up. So I'm gonna go with a glittery shade if I have one for each of the colors, the major colors. So for red, Beijing Beauty. This was another one that was out for Valentine's Day. It's red. It's got hearts. It would totally work. Heart of the Matter is what this one is called. This is the one I'm going to go with. This is a little bit older. I have used it before. It's called A-Lister, and I just love it. It's red with red and gold glitter. So that's what I'm looking for. So that's red. For orange, I have a couple of choices. These are older. Orange You Scared. This is an orange with orange glitter. It's just beautiful. And since my team, the San Francisco Giants, are orange and black, I often pick up a lot of orange sets because I do baseball nails. So this is one I've used before. I will be using this one again. It's got glitter. I want glitter. This is another Halloween set. Check the Halloween sets, obviously, orange. So I could use this and I could go sideways the wrong way with this. You don't have to necessarily follow the shape of the nail or the size of the nail when you put it on. You might be able to get away with using one completely sideways. And you're going to see that. I'm not going to be using this set, but I am going to be using the Love one. I'm going to be using upside down, backwards. So you'll see. This is called Oh My Gourd. Very cute. I love that one. This is another orange one. This one's old. This one you're going to pay a bit more for. It's called Fire Island Flame. I've used that before too. Flat orange cream, but really pure. There's also a neon out right now that is a really, really good orange. I would pick that up. So for yellow, this one is still out right now. It's a kind of a soft banana yellow. It's called Belgian Buttercup. So I'm going to not use this one, but it would be a perfect yellow if you wanted to use that. It is a cream, and then I probably would put a glitter overlay over it. So the one I will be using is this yellow. It's a really pure, bright yellow. This one is called Lima Lemons. This is, you can tell by the packaging, it's an older set. You can get this one on eBay. And there was another one. It's exactly the same color, but it was called Yemen Lemons. And that one it's the same. You can, if you find that one or if you find Lima Lemons, either one of them is the same. So for green, a couple of choices here. I'm not sure which one I was going to go with, but so look at the sets that have come out around St. Patrick's Day again. A couple of these are St. Patrick's Day sets, so you get a green with a little bit of gold glitter or something in it. This one is called Queen of Green, and it's a green with a little bit of a gold glitter. That you could use. This one is called Holy Teal-edo. It's a little bit more of a tealy green, but it's a pretty good green. You could use that. I think this is the one I'm going to use. Yes. So this one is called Wonderment. It was a winter shade, and it's a green with a little bit of aqua and gold glitter. So I think it's going to go in my, along with kind of the theme. I've got a little bit of gold running through everything. So I think that's going to look really good. I'm going to do a turquoise and a blue and a purple. So lots of nails, lots of things you can do. This pedicure I have used before. This is called How Sweet It Is. It's a really good glitter turquoise. It's really beautiful. So that's going to be one of my nails. And then for my blue, this is Greeking Out. It's just a flat blue overlay, or flat blue cream. I will be putting an overlay on this because I do want more glitter. So I will probably either be putting a gold overlay. I'll go through those in a second. Whatever needs overlays. So last but not least is the purple. Oh, this is also kind of in between the blue. It's a blue violet. This one just came out, Evening Sky. It's a pedicure as well, but it's a really beautiful blue to violet color. I'm not going to be using that one here, but it would be a good transition if you wanted to go to blue, then something in between blue and purple. Let's see. And then for purple, I've got two choices. This is 1 in 4. This one was out. It's an awareness shade. It was out not that long ago. Really great purple glitter. But I'm going to do something with a little bit more glitter, of course. So this one is called Ibiza Nights, and this one was just recently retired as well. I should be able to find it pretty easily. Yeah, Ibiza Nights. And it's a purple with a little bit of a magenta and purple glitter, but very glittery. So I'm going to be using that. And, okay. So then for overlays, let's see. They've done a lot of really great overlays lately, glitter overlays. So this is most definitely, this is a teal and gold. There's a purple, Candied Lavender, purple and gold. There's this one I use all the time, which is Glittersweet, and it's really it's a very clear, very sheer, and there's just got a little bit of glitter that's a silvery glitter. And then this one is Champagne Sugar. So I'm definitely going to be using this on the yellow because the yellow I had was flat. And let's see, maybe I'll use this on the blue. So I'll leave these two out. Okay, so this is definitely the most sets I've ever opened to do a set of nails, and this is a lot. So you'll see, it's okay. You can open as many sets as you need. Typically I might do 4 or 5 for nails, but this is obviously going to be way more than that, and that's okay. You can reseal them up when you're done and save whatever's left over for later, and that actually works out really, really well. So first thing I'm going to do is lay out my nails. It's going to be a lot of laying out and a lot of putting of nails on, so I want to get through this as quickly as possible. This is definitely many. Okay, so let's do the accents first. Let's start with this guy. So I have used these before, so they've been opened and resealed. I don't have all the bits that usually come with the pad, the alcohol pad and the nail file, but you'll see some of the new sets I open will have those. So get right in here. This is such a cute set. Okay, so these are going to be my middle fingers. I know the one next to the big thumb is my middle finger. So this was the thumb, this one next to it, and that's my middle finger. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to need both of these because I'm going to use that. You know, obviously I'm not going to use the clover. I'm just going to use the rainbow part of it. So I want to, I'm going to need both of these, basically is what I'm saying. So I'm going to lay them out a little bit bigger. This is going to be a lot of laying out. All right, I still have 2 rainbows in here, but I don't think I'm going to need them this time. Save that for next time. So I'm going to make just a pile of these. I save everything when I'm working on the nails. Once I'm done, I will reseal this back up, put over, you know, whatever's left over that I didn't need, put it back in here. Since I'm pretty much using 1 nail from each package, I will probably not be putting very many nails back in. I usually do, you know, both fingers on both hands the same. So both index fingers, both middle fingers all get the same nails. So if I can use one strip on two nails, if my nails are short enough, I will do that. I don't, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that this time because I'm going completely different. So you'll see. Yeah, it's going to go red, orange, rainbow. I'm going to do the love here. Yellow. And then green, turquoise, another rainbow, dark blue, and purple. So let's do the love. This one I have not used. I had opened it, but I hadn't used it. So this one is a full set. It is so cute. Like I said, the hearts would work really well. I'm going to use this love on my first finger. That is my first finger. That's what it fits. So let me pull these out. And you can see I'm just barely trimming off a little tiny bit of the end of the package. I want to do that because I'm going to reseal this. So, and I'm going to use this many times. Obviously, I'm only taking one thing out. So I'm going to take both out, even though I most likely won't need both. But I always take both out. It's much easier than having to go back. So if this is that's going to be this finger. Yeah, I don't want to have to go back halfway through and start reopening packages and pulling more things out. It's just difficult. So I'm going to not do that this time. And, oh, I haven't used this one yet. Cannes-Fetti. I need the one for my first finger. So this will have the extra bits. Comes with a nail file, which I don't like and I don't use, and a pad. And a couple more pads, and keep all these guys handy because I do need probably 3 or more of them. So I'm going to cut this guy open. Grab these. Again, probably won't need both, but we're just going to be safe. Better safe than sorry. Okay, so we'll go backwards since this is sitting on top. This is going to be my pinky. And I have used this set before. See how I just tape everything, reclose it. These sets open a little bit differently. Didn't open it up all the way, but I always pull off all the gum. I hate the gum. So this one is interesting. I've already taken the pinky, but this is going to be my pinky. So I will have to take something that's too big. And that is okay. I am only going to take one of these because I don't think I'm going to screw up. I'm gonna go with no. I'm not going to screw up. So we'll do one pinky here. Freaking out. I don't like these packages the way they open. I have to say that. Because sometimes they tear off right, sometimes they don't. This little strip doesn't always come off correctly. Pain. I open these up all the way and they've got all the glue on them. Yuck. Okay, I'm not going to fuss too much. I want to get through these. So this is my ring finger. And I know that it is this guy. I'm just going to take one. I like it already. That definitely needs an overlay. You can see though, I don't know if it shows up on camera as well, but it is just plain old blue. Gonna need some glitter. Alright, this one I have used again. So do my first finger. These guys are double-ended. They have a rounded edge on both sides. The pedicures are rounded-ish on one end. They're a little bit straighter, but rounded on one end, and then they're not double-ended. There is no second end to that. So if you end up having to use this on more than one nail, or if you're doing two nails that are the same, you often have to use 2 strips. You can't get by using 1 strip for both. I should open this from the other side. All right, so my first finger is going to be this one, I think. Well, oh, it's close. All right, we're going to go with it. Yeah, and then you end up with bits and bits and bits. So save all this. You can definitely use it later. The thing with the pedicures, there's no difference other than shape. These pedicure strips are the same nail polish as the manicure strips. No difference. They just are different shapes. Okay, on to the green. Okay, so this is going to be thumb. And I know that my thumb is too wide for this strip, and this strip is too wide for my nail. So my nail is too narrow. I'm going to grab just one. So if you run into that, if you're trying to figure out what strip goes where, don't choose something that's too small. You can kind of pull them a little bit. They do stretch a bit, but you're definitely going to want to go with the wider strip because you can trim it off, but you can't make a strip wider if it's too narrow. So I'm pulling this off just to make more room. All right, so now I have lots of room to seal that. Okay, so thumb on my left hand is going to be yellow. So again, I'm going to grab this yellow strip. You can already see the rainbow happening. Makes me very happy. I'll take one of those. Orange. This is first finger. Yeah, I'm not going to need all those, but that's okay. Middle finger. So this is ring. Used this one before. I think that's actually my ring finger. Right there. Yeah, we'll go with that. So rainbowific. And last but not least, the red. This was a set I'd used for Christmas. And the pinkies are there. That's good. So I'm going to grab a pinky. Now these last 2 strips, they are actually wider at the bottom than they are at the top. So it is difficult to see, but the same strip is definitely different shapes. So these are narrower, much narrower on the top and wider on the bottom. These last 2 strips are exactly like that. So I find I have to grab the bottom end of this is the one that fits me. I can't use the top end. It's not big enough. So I'll just use one of those. Yeah, so you can see opening sets, closing sets. These are all fine. You'll see some of these that I've opened before, they may be a little bit drier, and I'll talk about that when I get in there. But if they're dry, sometimes you'll put a strip on, you'll kind of notice it's lifting along the edge, and that just needs to be hit with an alcohol pad. The alcohol will help reseal those down. So we'll see if we get to that. Let me do the 2 overlays for my yellow and my blue. So yeah, I'll do that one. So for the yellow, oops. This one, champagne sugar, it's a gold glitter. It's going to go perfect. So I need the thumb. Lots of sets open. And you can see all of these packages also show you what the name is. So if you're trying to figure out what package goes with what, I've got all of these open little sets where, you know, what goes where. It's pretty easy to kind of figure it back out. So big pile of sets, and I will always put everything back together at the end. Put, you know, as you see, reseal these packages, and then retape them closed in the right cardboard so I can put them back in my stash and they fit. I hate these packages. Just send a note to Color Street about that one. Not your best move, guys. That's all right. Probably much easier to make though than the other ones with the sleeve inside. So. So it's called Most Definitely. I think it was one of the 80s shades that came out, and I need the ring finger. The overlays are really great too if you just need a little more glitter. I always need a little more glitter, but they're great. They're great. When you start taking off the polish though, you'll find that if you put 2 strips on one nail, it might take a little extra work to get that polish off when you're taking your polish off. So I've even gone as deep as 3 overlays, and that took quite a bit. So, and you'll see when I get there doing the overlays, you want to hit them with the alcohol pad in between the nails, so you can seal down the one that's there, and then put the second strip on and then seal that one down. So okay, so here we are. Lots of nails. I'm gonna move these guys kind of up. This one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sets. Wow. Okay, so the first step before you start even putting these on is to prep your nails. So I have already filed and buffed and trimmed and pushed back cuticles. I've already done all of that. So I just want to hit these with the alcohol pad. Obviously I'm working on my natural nails. These strips can go on anything you can put nail polish on. So if you've got gels or acrylics or natural nails, anything is fine. You just want to make sure that they're clean. Your natural nails have a lot more oil coming through your nail, even if you've just washed your hands. So you do want to make sure that you have your nail as clean as possible. The alcohol will take that oil off. Your nail underneath the strip is still going to produce its oil. So your nails are not going to get overly dry. You can see mine do get kind of flaky on the ends, some ridges, some things happening. A lot of that has to do with the fact that I use acetone nail polish remover. So I know a lot of people don't prefer that. They'll use the mineral one. But for me, the acetone is just great. And as long as I keep my nails polished, these, the little bit of flaking and stuff that does happen doesn't affect the length or the shape of my nails at all. So I'm going to hit a couple of these nails just a second time. Make sure they're clean. If you have really, really dry nails, I still recommend you don't skip this. If you have acrylics or gels, you know, your nails are already kind of sealed, you might be able to skip this part, but I really don't recommend it. You want as bare a surface as possible. So I'm ready to go here, and you want to start with the outside and work towards your thumbs, because you use these fingers a lot when you're putting the nail strips on and when you're working. So you want to start on the outsides and move in. My tools will be, actually I probably won't need the scissors because I'm not putting two nails on, or one nail on two different fingers. I do have my two cuticle sticks and a nail file at the ready. The nail file is what I will use to trim these off. So let's just jump in and you'll see what happens. So you peel off the little overlay, protector overlay, and then these strips all peel off from the paper backing. And you'll see this one is rounded on both ends. So the nail strips are always shaped like that. So I do need this one, the bottom end of this. So I'm going to pull off that little tab. And this is where the paper towel is very handy because you end up with all these little sticky bits everywhere. Whoops. All right. Ha! All right. So you just want to stick that on. I actually kind of go over my cuticle the slightest amount, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And that is because you can actually use your tool to push this underneath your cuticle, and you just straighten. Careful, careful, don't pull too hard. Straighten that out. So I got the edge. So there, you see it's sitting up on my cuticle just a tiny bit. That's okay. I'm going to tuck that in. It's just barely wide enough, but it's on. So that's it. Stick it down. This is a rubber tipped cuticle stick. Some people will just actually use their fingernails. Some people don't even bother with the different sticks. I just find that this works really well for me to have a little tool to work with. So it is a little tiny bit too wide. You can see it's just starting to kind of peel right there, but I'm gonna kind of whiz through this as fast as possible to get through these nails. I use the wooden stick when it is a little bit too long to pull off the extra, because the rubber tip stick is just a little bit too gentle, too soft. And then to take off the end, make sure I got all this clean. Okay, and then to take off the end, I know some people will just go and pinch it off, and you can do that, but I've also torn it in a place I didn't mean to tear it. So I like the nail file better. It's just, for me, it's clean. So I'm filing away over the top of the nail, and there it went. So that is that. And I get a real clean edge. Real clean edge. So there's the red. These are going to be so glittery. There we go. Okay, next. Orange. Now, if I was using this on two fingers, I would leave this little tab on because it'll give you kind of something to hang on to. But again, this is not going on two fingers, so it's only going on the one. So I don't need to worry as much about protecting the end or anything like that. You can handle these a couple of times. When you put them down on your fingernail, you want to be really careful that you don't push too hard. At first, you want to make sure you've got your sides covered, and once you see that your sides are covered, this is a little bit too wide, but that's okay. And the cuticle is a little bit too far back. You can handle these a few times. You can kind of pull them off and put them back on again. The adhesive on the back is not quite like an adhesive like a sticker. So even putting your fingers on it doesn't seem to really affect it that much, especially at the end when you hit it with the alcohol pad to activate it really. Sticky, it becomes more sticky. It is activated and it sticks down. So this is wide enough at the top of my nail, but too wide at the base. So I'm going around my cuticle and perforating, really. You don't want to drag this wooden stick along the edge of your nail to remove if it's too wide. You want to just kind of perforate and sort of pull it away, but not drag it. I have ripped a strip, across, and sometimes you can go with it and it'll look okay. Other times you've got to peel it off and grab another strip. So I'm going to try to use as few strips as possible, even though we're using tons of strips. So we don't want to mess up. Again, because this is one of my sports colors, I dig into this package often and grab the orange. So I will do baseball nails eventually on camera. I love the nails. And you don't have to be, I'm a baseball fan, but you don't have to only do baseball. Any sports, or, maybe your kids' sports teams, or football, or anything. I want to do a little video about that eventually. So this strip is thicker. Some of the older strips almost are a different formulation. Not really, but they tend to feel really thick. So I'm going to go just along the sides. And I kind of see it. I have a little bit of a, not just a funny edge, like where it's not sticking down, but it's not sticking really super well. And that's what I mean when a strip starts to feel too dry. If you can get it on your nail, get it on your nail. If it's too dry and it's just crunchy, it's really dry, it's not going to work. But if you are, if you can get it on most of your nail like this, that's perfect, because then we can use the alcohol pad to activate it and really, really stick it down. The alcohol pad will resaturate it. It'll almost put life back into it, and it'll stick down. So there we go, 2 nails. Okay, rainbow nail. So this is one of the ones, and I'm going to go rainbow opposite red. So I'm going to put red on this end. So this is one of the ones, obviously, that I'm not going to use the rounded end. I am going to stick the back of the strip at my cuticle right here, and we'll just kind of see what happens. You'll see what happens when you stick something sort of in the middle and it's not right. So if you needed to take a strip like those, for the orange, if I'd used the other orange that had the pumpkins, you can take a wide strip like the thumb and put it sideways like this. Or, people even do diagonals. You can do, especially with the stripes, any of the overlays with the stripes, you can do all kinds of really interesting things. They don't have to go vertically just because they're shaped vertically. So this one, I want to get, this is going to be a little bit more fussy. I want to make sure I don't miss any of the sides of this where that beautiful, all the colors are. So there's my cuticle right there. And the top of my nail is almost, so I'm going to give this guy a little tug so I get the whole rainbow on the nail. There we go. Perfect. So you can see by the shape of my nail, it's totally not right. But that's okay. So I'm going to use my cuticle stick to squish this down on as much nail as I can. And then I'll come back with the wooden stick and trim off all that along the bottom that's too huge. Yeah, from the first time I saw this strip set, it's obviously St. Patrick's Day, it's got clovers on it. I knew exactly what I would be using these couple of strips with the rainbows. I was like, oh, I know. I'm going to need to do some rainbow pride nails. So I save that. And you find that there may be some Christmas sets that have some interesting designs that you can use other ways, other places, for other occasions, or other, sports things. So, because my giants have basically Halloween colors, I'm able to pick up a lot of Halloween sets that have that orange and black going for it, that I can use lots and lots of different ways. So they also did a couple, they've done some cute sports nails too, where they'll do the shape of the baseball or the basketball or the football or something on the nail. So yeah, there's a lot of different fun things you can do. There we go, Rainbow-tacular. All right, let's do the love. So this is another one. I want the love on the end. So this is another one I'm going to do backwards. It's so weird to do it backwards. I'm telling you, it's not. It doesn't seem easy. It doesn't seem right. Backwards. It's so hard. Very difficult to handle. This might not be a good idea. Let's try the other side. Let's try a different way. Almost, almost, almost. If I can get it on here. Oh man, so close. So close. Yeah, I need to go over the edge a tiny bit. See, you can see I just peeled it off like 4 times. Now I'm wrinkling it. Don't get wrinkled. Stop. Oh, no. All right, it's getting a little chewed up on that end. Let's try it again. Last time. Come on now. Okay, obviously I don't recommend this. Okay, good enough, close enough. We're gonna go with that. All right, let's sticky this guy down. It's just awkward going the other direction. It's the first time I've done that. So you'll see, if you have a lot of ridges in your nails, which this one, I don't know if you can quite see it, but I have, you see the vertical lines? That, you can buff those out. I just didn't apparently buff my nails enough. But when you do a glitter overlay, like I will be, then you can actually kind of get away with that, with having those ridges and having them not quite show, because your glitter's kind of one of the most forgiving things. If you're not, if you don't place it quite right, or you know, you get a little wrinkle in there, or if there's a tear or something, it doesn't show if you've got the glitter. So, okay, it's not quite perfect. Kind of chewed up the edge of that one, but guess what? We're gonna put glitter on it. So here's one of the ones with the overlay. Again, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna clean up that top edge. It's cute. It's very cute. It says love. Because, come on, love is love. Very cute. So I'm gonna hit it with an alcohol pad to seal it. And you hear it's kind of squeaky. That means that the strip has resaturated, and that's what you want. You want to hear that. So I will then do this overlay, and this is also going to be awkward, but I don't have to be as neat about this one because I don't want to cover up the love. Oopsie. I want to cover up, let's see, let's actually use this side, less glitter, more space. And actually, I'll make a point here. So these clear overlays, handling them a few times, you can start to see, I don't know, you probably can't see it on camera, but it starts to get a little bit more opaque because your fingers are like basically leaving fingerprints on the back. So this one doesn't have to be perfect. This one's just going to go, careful. All right, it's just going to go from the end of the love backwards. Okay, I'm going to go with that. So the clear overlays, you can leave fingerprints underneath them. And the nice thing is once you hit it with the alcohol pad again, it again rehydrates it, resaturates it, and they become very clear again rather than kind of remaining opaque, or they seem to get more glittery actually if you hit them with the alcohol pad. So the other thing about the overlays is, some of these with the big chunky glitter, you'll want to make sure you use the nail file, to clean the edge, the end off, because sometimes these big hunky chunks of glitter will sort of be hanging off your nail and you'll catch it on everything. So that's cute. Okay, big yellow. So these ones that are too wide, if you're coming in, you already know you've got a strip that's too wide. If there isn't a design or something and you need to center down the middle of your nail, see if you can line up one side. And I need to trim up my fingers a little bit. That's okay. I can do that after. So see if you can line up one side, get that perfect, so you don't have to trim. And then you'll only have one side that's too wide. This is a really pretty yellow. It's very hard to find a good yellow nail polish. Yeah, because I'm a California native, Bay Area sports teams. My other teams are the Golden State Warriors and the San Francisco 49ers. So I probably bought this set originally because it's a Warriors color. But I haven't done Warriors nails before. Maybe next year if they get into the championship. We'll see. But yeah, the little overlays and things that they've done with the sports. They do a sports overlay. So it's a clear overlay with, some sports themed thing. And then they also did solids. And when I do my nails again for baseball, which will probably be later this month, I'll make sure to show you that. See? Tore it bad. But I'm going to throw glitter on it, and I'm going to be okay. Yeah, sometimes if they're too wide, they don't kind of sit on your nail pretty. You can make a little bit of a mess, but I'm going more for effect here than anything. This one's really stuck down to the top of my thumb. So this one's going to get an overlay. And the creams are definitely nice, but if you don't buff all of those ridges out, look at all those ridges. Kind of shows. So, see, that's too dry. Okay. Champagne sugar. This one I'm going to go clean on this edge. Have it too wide on the other edge. So camouflage is it. Yeah, and this is, this is regular nail polish. It's not any different. It is different, but it's not that different than what you would be applying out of a bottle. But they do have sort of a gummy or sticky quality, especially when you're removing the strips to, do something else. It's almost got like a chewing gum kind of stickiness to it. So I actually really like that because it's, you can't ding these. If you just painted your nails and then you hit it, you'd have a ding in your nail, and you can't ding these, and that's really one of the reasons why I like these the best. So there's first half. All right, we gotta hurry to get through this because it's already a long video, but that's what happens. So here, was this Queen of Green? No, this was Winter Mint. Nice green. Didn't quite get down there on the cuticle, but you know what? Again. Wow, this one's not pretty. What am I doing here? Okay. So you've seen I've used a couple of different techniques. I've used my fingernails. I've used, I didn't even follow my own rules here. I've used my fingernails to cut these off. I've used the nail file to trim off the edges that are too wide. A little bit of everything. I have a bad spot right there. Oh, kitty. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you can take a little tiny bit and do a little tiny heel and hit it to kind of squeeze it down, and that will be enough to get by. So you're supposed to start on the outside and move the other way. Let's do that. The reason is you can really mess up your first two fingers if you're having to use them as tools and you've already got them covered with polish. So the strip is definitely too wide. It's the second strip over, but it's close. Very close. What a pretty purple. See, I'm using my thumb as a tool, and I've already polished it. And had I done this right, I wouldn't have done that, but we're gonna make it work. So yeah, when you do put a strip down too far on your cuticle, if it's really close, rather than having to trim it off around the bottom, which hopefully you don't have to do, but sometimes you can take just the rubber tool and push the edge of your finger, your cuticle back, and sort of tuck the end in under. So I apologize if I'm not always on camera. I'm watching my fingers more than the camera itself, but yeah. And you can also see why this paper towel comes in handy, because I've got this great big pile of garbage and bits and strips and stuff. Okay, so ringy finger. Yes, this Greeking out is also a warrior's color. So I will be doing basketball nails eventually, and these two colors would be perfect. So part of this one I'm able to kind of tuck in this edge, but the other one's just a little bit too wide. And this again is going to get a glitter overlay. So the edges aren't perfect, they're going to be camouflaged. If you're just doing a cream or even the shimmers and you don't have a glitter overlay, you do have to be a little bit more careful about your edges and stuff, because things, it'll show. It'll definitely show more. The glitters are a lot more forgiving. Let's see. Still got some saturation in there. And we'll go to our overlay. This one's really pretty. This would be pretty with the mermaid nails. Make a mess. Okay. It's a little more teal than I wanted, but once I hit it with the alcohol pad, it'll be really sheer and it'll look perfect. So the other thing with these, when you put something over something, especially if you just hit it with the alcohol pad, you kind of get one shot. You can't peel it back off and try to stick it down again. And when you do an overlay, you really only get one shot, because as soon as it touches the polish that's underneath, it's going to just stick. So that one seems to fit. Same nail. I don't know if they've always been consistent in their nails sizes, because it seems like sometimes, I peeled off a little bit of the blue on the edge of this one, and the same nail from a different package is just perfect. So yeah, so there's blue with an overlay. Okay, back to the rainbow, and then the first finger, and then we'll be done. Static. So again, I want to hit this so I get as much of that rainbow. I'm going to have this one go the other direction. Am I going to be able to do that? Yeah, I'll be able to do that. So, opposite. No, I guess it would be the same, but that's okay. Because my fingers are on different hands, it'll be perfect. Okay, so. Stretch it a tiny bit, stick it down, a little crooked. It's okay, I think my nails are a little crooked too. All right, good. I love these rainbows. It is kind of a shame to use I'll be able to save the clover, but there are always more nails coming out, more strip sets going to be coming out next holiday. So even if you end up using something you really, really like, or you're using part of it and you can't save the rest, there will definitely be more to choose from later. So cute. Who doesn't love rainbow nails? I love rainbow nails. Okay, finally, last nail. Pedicure. See, it's not rounded on the other end, but that's okay. Put this guy on. Perfect. This really has become kind of one of my favorite sets. I used this set a couple of videos ago with a ombre, double ombre going across the nails. So I used my thumb and my pinky had this on it. I just love this. It's so glittery. You get these out in the sun, it's amazing how much glitter these have. Once you hit it with the alcohol pad, they really become more sheer and much more glittery. So, alrighty, there we go. I guess the blues are kind of similar, especially with that overlay of the teal that I did, but that's okay. There we go. How fun is that? Oh my goodness. So let me hit these with the alcohol. And then the very last step, which will be something I do, is I hit it. I just turned on my flat iron, and I have it set to 370 degrees. It's pretty hot, but you want that to heat up so that you can seal the edges of all those packages that were open. So lots of packages too. So let me grab, where were we? Actually, the last two. Pulled them out, didn't eat them. That's okay. Ooh. A little aggressive on the filing there. So we'll let that heat up. While that's heating, I will hit these with another pad. So again, squeak, make them squeak. That is the pad, the strip completely resaturating. They kind of have a silky feel. Once you hit them with the alcohol pad, they become a little bit, not quite rubberized, but they become a little less silky. And that is the strip itself saturating and really sticking down. So this one here that I had with the edge that was lifting, you want to make sure you hit, if you have anything like that, make sure you hit it a little bit extra on those edges. If you wait and you don't stick them down while they're fresh, if you go wash your hands or anything like that, then you're going to start getting soap and water under there, and they're just never going to stick down. They'll end up starting to peel up and getting weird looking. So you don't want that. big pile of garbage. I won't do all of that. This guy is hot. So I will take these packages and just barely touch the end for about 1 second and seal them down. Super quick. You know, even if I don't clean up my whole mess, because I've actually got to get out of the house now. I have a baseball game to go to. So I'll always make sure I seal these packages down. It only takes a second at the most. Again, you want to, that was a little bit much, but you want to leave as much package as possible because obviously tons of nails left in here. I'm going to be opening up these packages again and using them again. So I want to make sure I leave as much package as possible. And, you know, I'm not heating it to the point of melting anything that's going to remain on my flat iron. My flat iron is clean. I just want to make sure that I fuse this edge so that it's airtight. It's a little close. But you don't want to hit the nails, obviously. This one's a little close too. Okay, so that is it. I mean, what a fun set of nails, but there we go. I hope you have a happy Pride Month and this inspires you and you go out and try some crazy fun new nails. Thanks.